Okay, start streaming. And now let's send this,
okay.
send it, this, and let's get chat up. Okay. Literally just gonna have, oh, it's gonna reload Discord. That's funny. Well, okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, that's lag if I've ever seen it. I'm just gonna have a bunch of autos going on in the background just so you guys will have something to look at while we talk, because we're very boring people. Also, do keep in mind that I just reloaded Discord, so I might have to like go back and call with Infinite real quick. But yeah. Actually, let's just pause this, let this load in real quick. Yeah. Can you hear me? No, you can't hear me.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you can? Oh, you can? Okay. No, I just stream, or when I sent the message, it reloaded Discord for some reason. Not sure why, but yeah, back. It's all good. Okay. Anyways, wow, a lot of people out here. Well, a lot more people than usual, at least. So
get 9 people watching. Hey, guys, what's up?
Yeah. Okay, so how are you shooting? I threw my sister upstairs and my family is gone, so yeah. Yeah, I'm making sure there's no interruptions. It's all good. But right. So yeah, I guess this is the first pod. I don't really know. Like,
I don't know what to start off with. I mean,
there's a lot to talk about.
I'm sure they want GD talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, obviously. Okay. Honestly, what would you guys like us to talk about? Because we have some things, you know, that we've planned out.
We have some things, but we don't know what to start off with. So like, suggestions would be nice, but you don't have to suggest because that would be, you know, a fastest thing.
No, they're my subscribers. They have to. No. Okay. I see Future Cider down there. Wow, that's the most alive project in the world. Truth.
It is, though. I don't know what you're talking about.
Honestly, okay. Honestly, let's just get into that. I know it's a very, it's not the most broad topic to start off with, but
you can talk about.
No, I wasn't just gonna get into just Future Cider. I was just saying like modern mega collabs in general and the rise of, you know, extreme demons, and I don't know. A lot of people would say that extreme demons now are getting oversaturated. I don't really know how to feel about that, because I feel like if a level has a purpose behind it, it doesn't really matter what the difficulty is, as long as it has a purpose to being that, you know?
I feel like with Woodkid,
yeah,
like, yeah, it looks amazing. I don't think Jakers was planning on making it like I wouldn't say beatable demon, but the fact that it's how many objects? 800,000.
Yeah, like
objects,
800K or something.
And the fact that only very few people are going to be able to play it.
Right. Yeah,
like, I stopped by Bold Step's stream, and like he was like, chat was going off on him for like making nerfs. But it's like, how am I supposed to beat this to begin with? It's not meant to be like a demon, extreme demon that you can just easily play without having any issues.
Well, yeah, I really think that's
Woodkid does have bad gameplay though.
True. Yeah, I was just reading that, but I really think that's at fault of the community. You know, at first Woodkid, it wasn't supposed to be like, it was supposed to be beatable, but the community and how it always works, hyping up extreme difficulties even when it's unrealistic. I think that's ultimately the fate of Woodkid.
I mean, I understand the point of like, yeah, it's top 50 stream demons. Like,
Right.
you want to have your name up there.
Right. Right.
It. I want to say like it's stupid. It's just like, what's the point? Because like if like the community keeps on trying to hype up like extreme demons that are supposed to be quote unquote impossible, it's I don't know what to say about that. It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
I just the fact that we don't even have proper players to beat all of these levels right now is the huge problem I have with this. Is like,
And
you know, back in like 2.0 or even early 2.1, we had Sunix, Trusta, Nababoy was really active with Bloodlust, like all these players. So we had all these projects that could actually come to fruition and be out there. But now it's just everyone's trying to get their name out there to the community to be the next big thing or whatever, and it's not really working. And I think that's a big thing that's going to it's going to contribute to the downfall of GE.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I had a thought in my head. I just forgot it right now.
It's all good.
Let's see. What was I gonna say? Yeah, okay. I think one of the main reasons, like you see this often, especially a lot of the players quitting.
Right.
It's the fact that community has such high expectations of verifying extreme demons.
Yeah.
The fact that the leaderboard has not been refreshed in such a long time, it makes it kind of like pointless to know like, oh, this was like it was never refreshed, so everyone's just going to assume this person is #1 now, especially for people who are new to this community, who are going to be looking up to certain people. It's like if you don't see your name on that leaderboard, it's like, okay,
right.
I worked my ass off for this, but it's like, sure.
That's a huge thing that I really, really wish Rob would fix. Not even just the leaderboards, but you know, creating bugs, playing bugs, and things that really demotivate players to become their best selves. And that's just it's really sad that he won't fix it like as fast as possible, and instead works on like super ambitious updates and that that take forever. And
that are for some reason have not come out yet. And yeah. I don't know how hard it is to program a 2-dimensional game, but it shouldn't take this long. I understand, like he has responsibilities, like he has to rate levels every single day. I just don't understand that he hasn't implemented the Alder mod thing sooner.
Right.
The fact that he wouldn't have to worry about rating levels, so he can actually focus on the game.
And you know, I really want to defend him on that and how he's like working really hard to get the updates out and everything. But at the same time, it's like he doesn't have time to finish, say, 2.2, yet he has time to release Geometry Dash World, Geometry Dash, like all these Sub-Zero, all Meltdown, all these different off games that are really just a cash grab. And it's like, we're the main fan base here. Like, why are you focusing on that?
You don't need more people. You already have plenty of people who are waiting for you to make a decision here about the actual game, and not trying to advertise a game that's already kind of been in the shadows these last few years, just because he has not followed up on updates or bug fixes. That really frustrates a lot of us. I'm not really like a player, so I wouldn't know like with the leaderboards. I wouldn't really know with like understand with you know, the leaderboard, but I definitely understand. Like, I know creator points is like it's something. It's just like, hey, that's cool. It's like it's frustrating if you like some people like in this community, like they dedicate all their time to this game.
Exactly.
And a lot of those people, especially the creators here, those are the people who get rewarded. And for some people who like, you know, are like off to college, who work, who have some other obligations that limits their time. They're not in middle school or high school, and they have plenty of time to do this stuff. It's hard motivationally, especially for me, because whenever like I would take about roughly 1 to 2 months to make one level, have it come out, wait a bit, and then nothing really happens, and it's demoralizing to the fact that we all want fame. It's just how we are. We want the attention. It's I don't know.
I think the process for creating specifically, the whole process of getting a feature and getting noticed is really flawed, and I think definitely it is something that can be improved, but it's just not something anyone focuses on, because it's the whole, like, when you're unnoticed you complain about being unnoticed, but then when you're noticed, you're like, a lot of the noticed people are like, well, if you were good then you get noticed, but that's not quite how it works.
Hard.
Exactly.
It's
like, even if you are really good out there, it's still hard to get noticed.
That's the thing about, like, if you get noticed, if you're a famous, like, creator, a lot of the famous creators who were once friends with, like, people who had 0 creator points, they kind of just, like, they go away from their friends list.
Right.
I've seen this a lot. There's rare occasions where, like, you'll stick with the people you grew up in this game with, who you've talked to, because there's also all those famous creators reaching out, asking to collab with you and all that stuff. I mean, it's weird.
Yeah, it's just hard.
I used to be I think I was one of True Squall's closest friends for a while. This was before any creator points. We would talk after school every day and all that stuff. Now I barely talk to him. I barely do.
Yeah, that was
I feel like
you're good. Okay, so that was I can really relate to that with Lithofusion, because before the whole Killbot thing happened and all the drama that ensued after, we used to be really good friends. I was in his personal server. We'd talk almost every day, and it was really, like, I felt like he was a really good friend that I could rise up with, and then here comes Killbot and all those things come out, and then he just leaves. I mean, at the time, it wasn't like I was completely unnoticed. I had, a little bit going for him, but just the fact that once all that stuff happens and then he just completely forgets about my existence.
Well, I somewhat don't blame people, because then again, it's like having popularity means it's hard to keep track of everyone.
Right. And it's kind of sad. I
can't really say that's stuff, because, like, 3 creator points doesn't mean anything in this community.
Yeah, I was just about to.
Especially a 9-star feature.
Yeah, no one plays 9s. No one plays insane levels anymore.
No one plays insane levels. Like, because I don't even think I hit 10,000 downloads on Resurrection.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, but I was just about to say, like, I know you may not be able to completely relate with this, or really most people here, but I've noticed when I got into, like, the whole Aki the Miracle situation, and then Sonic Wave Infinity and those opportunities came up, it's like people were starting to become more, like, meshed together, and less, like, when I see people coming to stream, it would just be another person instead of, like, someone I really cared about that was there. And so I can kind of relate to both sides, and it's really unfortunate that's the way that it works. And I try my best to appreciate every single person who comes here, and I really do. But it's just speaking from that point of view. I know I don't completely understand it, but just from that point of view, it's really hard.
I don't know. I didn't really blow up on the actual game. Right. I don't think I could say for YouTube also. I just grinded like videos and live streams a lot. But like I don't know. It's like yeah, I've talked to you about like Adidas Boy and how
Yeah.
he's really close to me because just the fact that even after his levels and the fact that he gained a lot of fame and new friends from that, he's still stuck like talk to me. Like that's the one most feeling. I don't know. I can't.
The
talk
best
really.
feeling. It's really
it's like a good feeling to know that there's like despite the popularity or fame, they'll still be there for you.
Yeah, that's how.
Even though he's disappeared for months before, which is common for him.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt about Britank. Is like he's honestly right now he's like miles above me in skill and fame. So just seeing that he's in all these like he's actually in some really big projects, and he's really going places, and just to see that he still cares yeah, it's a really good feeling. I know how that is. It's like you expect them to just move on like everyone else, but then you know they don't, and that just shows good friendship. And honestly, that's something very rare in this community. We see a lot of drama and stuff going around, and there's very few like key friendships that you can think of in the community right now, or just connections in general, I guess.
The thing with like rating, having connections is like basically the only way you can get a rate these days.
Exactly, or just get fame in general.
Not go like I don't know. It's just like when I knew True Squall for a while, so like when he got mod, it was like basically an easy send every time. Not because like he was not only because he was my friend, but because the fact that he thought my levels were good and you know I was improving, and he saw that.
Right.
And then it's like you know he lost mod, and then it's like, oh great, I don't really have any connections anymore. That's not a reason why I kind of just disappeared from this game. It's just the fact that I more interested in other games, and the like how I would create a level that would take months and to get very little praise.
Yeah, that's a huge thing with GD. It's like if it's not the best out there, or if it's not like top tier, it doesn't get praise whatsoever. And
no, it doesn't at all. It's either like I've been in that range where it's like, yeah, this is definitely a rate, or it could be a feature.
Right.
It's like you're not gonna have Viper and record it and upload it to his channel at all. It's
exactly
like, no one's gonna really upload it.
Like no one really appreciates the rising up creators until they're already like the best, or
which
one
is
of
the
the
hardest
best.
part about it, because you really have to grind to be able to prove yourself that you don't need connections to be a top creator.
Yeah, it's very far in between that you'll even see creators that rose up by themselves instead of getting a big opportunity. And I can't even say that for myself. Like, as much as I'd like to say I did grind, and I think I did it decently with Revival, Intrusive, and my other projects, but it was really just Ocular Miracle that, you know, boosted me up. And it's kind of weird to know that, like, no matter how much you grind in this game, it's a very slim chance of making it, no matter how good you are.
Yeah, that's kind of how a lot of I can't relate this game to an esport really, but
yeah.
Especially like, okay, I play like a lot of Rocket League. I'm around like I'm at like quote unquote top 3% of people who play it, but only like the top 0.2% are actually pros. So that may seem like, okay, top 3% is really high. It's not. I'm not even close to like going pro, which I don't think I will be.
Right.
I don't plan on doing that. It's just, I don't know. Geometry Dash is, I don't know how many people there are in in this community, but it's a big community for such a small game. But the fact that everyone is grinding, releasing levels, you know, trying to get that to that spot where it's like, now I have popularity. Now I can, like, you know, people know who I am.
Right.
It can get, I wouldn't say it can get competitive. I don't see this game really competitive in that way, because you know, like, Rob can rate any levels he wants, so it's not like, oh, it's like, I don't know. It's just like, I keep on saying, like, first off, and you stop doing that.
I get what you're saying, though. It's like, it doesn't have to do with your skill. It's really just how noticed you are that'll get you the feature. So,
because I know people who are like, who have like a substantial YouTube channel, who have a fan base, who, you know, release a level that, quote unquote, it may not be the best level, but like, it can definitely be rated. But just having that fan base and that community behind your back, as a voice, it's extremely helpful. I don't know. The thing, like, the rating system is like a full other topic. Rating system, there's nothing I like about it, really. How the fact that, okay, maybe the mod thing is I'll accept that as okay, but the fact that these levels are sent to I don't know, like a spreadsheet or something like that, and they're just sitting in there in columns in a list, and Rob just picks out levels.
Right. Yeah. It's very. That's a huge reason why I think that Rob should have more people instead of just him running Geometry Dash. It's so inefficient.
It's hard because, like, you know, Rob's not gonna look at a creator's level that he has no clue who he is. He's gonna look at that spreadsheet, and he's gonna see, oh, Felix Ram, it must be a good level, I better make sure to rate this, and completely ignores people who have, you know, gotten sense,
right?
But they're like not really known out there. It's like, yeah, I understand, like, to keep it his personal gain for quote unquote money, I guess. I don't know. But having a team behind you, so it doesn't feel like you are responsible for everything, is definitely helpful. That's why I think Elder Mods is definitely
the right direction. No, you're fine, man.
It's the right direction towards having a team, and also implementing more of the community into running this game. Because I know Viperin basically helps run this game in a way, not like programming and that stuff, but he's basically the person everyone knows and everyone looks up to, and any level that is featured on his channel is an automatic rate, and we know that because Viperin and Rob have connections to each other. They have talked to each other. That's why Elder Mods is definitely a need in this community, especially if we're. I'm saying this community is dying, but other people, like, it's. I wouldn't say growing, but it is a big community.
Yeah.
And one person is just not enough to help maintain this community anymore.
Yeah, I feel like at first, of course, GD being an indie game, having one developer is the right way to go instead of just, you know, immediately making it a team. But at this point, it's like, once 2.0 came out, this game blew up. Like, millions on millions of people play this game, and it's like, you can't just stick with the same motives of, you know, just being by yourself when that's clearly not working. You know, 2.0 took over a year to come out, and this 2.1 took over a year to come out, and 2.2 is now, it's going to be closing on 2 years soon, and that's just ridiculous to think about.
And if it, like, an indie game is, like, to start off with, this is like a good indie game. Okay,
Right.
but if we're talking about like this came out in what 2013,
Yeah, I think so.
somewhere around there. We're talking about 5 years straight of this game not dying, and I don't think it can be classified as an indie game.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you get to this stage, I really, it's really something different. It's a special case, honestly, because most indie games don't thrive this much.
The community loves this game, and they don't want it to die. They have to run it. I don't know. It's just like it's weird. It's just the fact that yeah, he still wants it to be his personal game. He wants it to run it his way, but he definitely needs someone else or a team to keep it going. Yeah, like Yoshi's saying that 5 years ago, indie game.
I see what Happy is saying, or asking. He said, "Can we talk about why the mobile community is dying?" And that's honestly a pretty simple discussion. It's 144 hertz, and these new like Woodkid projects and God Eater projects coming out that have way too many objects for mobile. You know.
Yeah, if you're doing mobile, word of advice, just create on there.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
but
simple.
even
it
then,
it keeps you out of like the demon grinding and that stuff. That's like I couldn't be extremely good at the game because I grew up on, not grew up, but I started on mobile for a while, so I finally got a laptop, and which I still use my phone most of the time because it was just more convenient for me because I can be like out of town and I can still create on my phone. And like plus I was extremely lazy back in high school, so
yeah, honestly though, even for creating purposes, it's like as equal as it kind of is for mobile to PC. PC still has the the object hacks, the scale hacks, all of those different things that aren't accessible on mobile. And it's just there's just so much going against mobile players or mobile creators in general. It's just it's always the better move to go on a PC. That's really the main reason.
I mean, there are good creators out there that do on mobile.
Right. But I mean, like, there's
example,
no.
Again, yes, I'm mentioning Adidas Boy again, but he makes all of his levels on his phone.
Yeah. Really?
And he doesn't even have an epic level. He has none of them are epic. That as being his friend, that pisses me off. Just the fact that everyone uploads his levels and it's just like, okay, no, because I don't know why, like, he doesn't rate them epic. His levels don't have a lot of lag issues.
Right.
He keeps it pretty basic as far as I've played it on my phone. I've had no lag issues. I know that the stupid gauntlet contest is like, especially with the Doom Gauntlet thing, because like a lot of people went all out on that, and they don't get, rewarded for like wasting, like, I wouldn't say wasting. I guess I can't say wasting. building for weeks on months to create their best level.
Yeah. That's honestly, I really noticed, like, once I was reaching my peak in mobile creating, is like I couldn't even make what I wanted to make anymore, just because I was getting to the more complicated side. And then with Revival, I hit 80k objects and I was like, what now? Like, I have to go back and delete stuff so I can make more of my level. Okay. And like perfect example with Ocular Miracle. And that's another thing, is how you're saying the whole, like, there's good, I mean, I don't want to come off cocky, but like the whole, you're saying there's good mobile players or mobile creators out there. I made my Ocular Miracle part completely on mobile, and and the people act like you can't be a good mobile creator when, well, you can't be a good creator when you're on mobile. when it's obviously not true. Like, although there are restrictions, you can be really good. But that's just a huge thing. It's like those restrictions are really what's killing the mobile community, and the whole just inability to play upcoming projects. Like, I know what is his name? He's like the best. He was like the best mobile player for a really long time. He just quit recently, but I know.
Funny game mobile.
Yes, he was, but that was the old Funny Game. New Funny Game is, I think he's PC. But this is really annoying me. What is his name? It starts with a P. Dang, that's really annoying me. But anyway. He was like the best mobile player out there, and then he put out a video where like he was lagging on just the daily level, and he expressed how annoying that was to him. Yes, I don't know how to say it. Pakoski? Yeah, I think that's how you say his name.
Pakoski.
Yeah, but yeah, but it's whatever. His name was whatever. But he was pretty much just playing the daily level, and he couldn't even play it because of how laggy it was, and that really annoyed him to the point of where he quit. He didn't even move to PC. He just quit the game, or took an extended break, quote unquote, whatever.
Some people just don't have the funds to get a laptop,
exactly.
Or a cheap desktop, and I don't know. Keep on losing my train of thought.
It's really unfortunate too that Rob won't even optimize the game. Like, I can play, say, Osu, like completely fine on stream, no lag whatsoever. I go to play GD on stream and it's like running at 15 FPS, can't play anything. Exactly. And it's like, obviously there's a better way to do this, but he just won't figure it out.
It's hard because we're talking about levels now that are going past the 80k limit, and we're talking about like 80k to begin with is a lot. Okay,
true.
Especially from where this game came from only hundreds of objects and a couple thousand to 80,000 as our limit. It's hard. There's nothing you can really do at the point when people show up with levels that kill like mobile devices or low-end computers.
Yeah, I mean, I completely see where you're coming from. It's like the game wasn't made.
It wasn't designed.
Yeah, it wasn't designed to be able to run this, so it had to be like a complete rework almost. Yo Zero, what is your opinion on some upcoming Extreme Demons like the Spatial Rin sequel?
You can go on that.
Yeah.
I'm not really
okay.
part of that stuff.
Well, honestly, I feel like sequels, upcoming Extreme Demons in general, I feel like if it has a reason behind it, then it's completely fine. Or if it's like a really unique idea, that's completely fine, as long as it has some purpose in the community. Like, say some of the TCT projects, it's, say, I don't know, like codependence or something. It doesn't have a purpose, it's just really, it's a really unique concept, so I feel like it's fine. But then when you come in with like a Spatial Rin sequel, it's like, why do you have, like, what's the purpose of a Spatial Rin sequel? It's not doing anything for the community. It's just going to be another Extreme Demon on the list.
Except causing more drama in the end when they hit the level.
Exactly. And we don't, and again, back to the whole, like, we don't even have a sufficient amount of players to beat these levels. So when it comes out, or whoever verifies it, if they can get a verifier, who's gonna beat it? Who's gonna make it that coolest thing in the community? Because right now we don't even have those top tier players in the community anymore.
Well, look, the thing about Geometry Dash is like we're all human here, okay?
Right.
Impossible is impossible. You're not gonna change that. There's definitely points of limits of this game for skill difficulty, and sometimes it may just be basically impossible. And then again, I'm saying we're human for the fact that we're not robots. We can't just automatically perfectly run a level, and this is including not even with lag issues and people with like Woodkid having over 800,000 objects, and when you put in the lag aspect to this and the community, it's annoying because some people just don't understand that this game can just there. I don't know. It's just like there's a limit, and
Exactly.
you just can't go past it. No matter how much you try, no matter how hard the level is, you're going to end up nerfing it, and like people are gonna get upset about that.
Yeah, that I think that's another huge thing that is killing this community is the whole, like, say Yatagarasu, when that was first coming out, it was meant to be the hardest thing ever, and then they quickly realized, like, oh, this is impossible. So when it got nerfed, everyone was super disappointed, but didn't realize it's like it needed to be nerfed.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm done now.
I'm just saying, like, I'm sure every top like 10 extreme demon has quote unquote been nerfed a little bit.
Exactly, like Bloodlust.
If you think about it.
Like Bloodlust,
yeah,
way
Bloodlust
nerfed.
has been nerfed.
Like,
okay.
Actually, okay, wait. Sonic Wave wasn't nerfed. That's just Sonic Wave.
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a little bit different, but I see what you're talking about.
Is even Black Blizzard top 10 anymore? I don't know.
No, I think it's like
it
top
was
30.
like again, unnerfed version, it probably would have been top 10.
Same with Killbot.
Same
Killbot
with
was
a lot
nerfed.
of levels out there.
And people really aren't just getting this whole trend, and they still expect like the hardest thing from every level. And that's another thing that Blade of Justice, like that's another thing that Quinn just mentioned is like with these sequels, the sequels are expected to be even harder than the originals. So if the original is top 5, what are you expecting? Like a sequel is meant to be a continuation, not just a harder, similar looking level, you know. And that's another huge misconception that I think people are just making sequels just for the fact of having a sequel and it being like the next big community thing, when it actually has no purpose behind it whatsoever. Like this what is it, Spatial Rin sequel? Why? What about Spatial Rin makes it need a sequel? It's just it's a space themed design level that has no story behind it. It was just a mega collab that was kind of noticed in the community and is really difficult. I mean, and it's really just the fact that it's Extreme Demon that makes it so people think it needs a sequel or just support the fact that it's getting a sequel. Like if Spatial Rin was a hard demon and people found out it was getting a sequel, no one would care.
I have to cut you off.
Yeah.
Because I can't really hear you at the moment.
Oh, okay.
For some reason.
Let's see.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Is it your side? Do you know?
It might be my side. I'm not sure. I think you're better now.
Well, I just changed my setting a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it fine now?
Yeah, it's better now. It's good.
All right, cool. What did you get out of that?
Not much.
Okay, let's just move on then. I don't understand sequels to Extreme Demons. I don't understand why. What is your opinion on I'm getting a FaceTime. What is your opinion on not on Newgrounds mega collabs? Even though Rob Tubb said he would most likely no longer rate them, yet people are still making them. I don't see much of a problem with them. I just don't think people should expect them to get rated unless it's like they're the biggest things out there, or they're a really big team. But you see a lot of these famous creating groups like GS and TCT does go out a little bit, or APT. They know that making not on Newgrounds mega collabs won't be supported by Rob Top, so they don't do them. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. You should, if you're taking songs off of from Newgrounds, you're bound to expect not to get a rate. It's just simple as that. What was I going to say?
Why?
I don't know. in my opinion, for me, I'm not a big fan of teams. Um, I mean, I understand the point of them, but it's like, is it really like that competitive as Geometry Dash for Mega Collabs and all that stuff to be having teams? Like, I don't understand. Like, you can have like groups, but I don't understand why we have to call them teams.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like
label though.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the whole, like, what a team should be is that it should be competitive against other teams, and that's really not the case whatsoever in GD. But I guess the whole thing of what a team really is just a group of people working together to make a product, and it's just convenient to have a group of people to where when you want to make a new project, you can just ask the group of people that are already there and willing. But I do think it would be interesting to see teams go up against each other. Knowing our current community, I feel like it would turn into just drama and fighting. But just taking that away from like how our community is, I think seeing teams compete and do challenges or levels or whatever, that would be a pretty cool aspect to add to the game. It would add another reason, or just a reason in general, for people to stay in the game and be excited for something again. That's really that's a huge thing that we're missing right now. Like, you know, I know we have like these huge Extreme Demon mega collabs that are supposed to be like the next big things to excite the community, but you really need something different than that. Like, we can't just have like 1 million bloodbaths and expect hype off of it. It's not really how it's gonna work.
I don't know what to say. I could see like, I could see that being a good idea, but at the rate that Rob is updating, I don't think it's gonna happen for a while.
Yeah.
Especially when he prioritizes things that don't exactly need to be prioritized at the time.
Yeah, I think that's a big problem.
Plus, he could sometimes be quite the meme, especially when joining Twitch. I haven't really had any Geometry Dash Twitch live streams recently. Back in the day, like he would join like I don't know a certain Twitch streamer that's like known in the community, and it's like, hey, Rob Top's here, and then you get another like 300 viewers from just that. I do enjoy the fact that he's trying to immerse himself into the community, you know, because this is an indie game at the end of the day, quote unquote indie game. So like, I do like how he's trying to involve himself at least a little bit, but he definitely should come at it with a more professional approach, because he just seems like a kid. He's in chat like sending kappas and being like, I don't want to call him an idiot, but he's acting like one of us. Yeah, and the thing is that he has a life outside of this too. Like, we can give him shit all we want about how the update has not been out, new update. But then again, like I said earlier, with players, everyone's human, and he could be going through something serious in his life at the moment. We just don't know it, and the community just giving him a lot of crap about it. It's hard for the community because we expect things to come out sooner, and especially when you're not given a lot to go off of for the next update, you know, like the teaser trailers and that stuff. Right. And all that stuff, we're not given a lot, so we're kind of just sitting here in the dark, not knowing where to go with this, and we're kind of looking for him for guidance on like where's this community going, and all that stuff.
Yeah. I do think that is a big thing that's also contributing to why these upcoming mega collabs aren't reviving the community, is because they're all there's nothing refreshing about them. because we're all just waiting
same.
for the new update, like seeing another 2.1 mega collab that has all of the same.
There's like we've seen games break the limits before,
Right.
and we've seen plenty of extreme demons and plenty of mega collabs out there, who honestly a lot of them do look very similar. There's no new taste to
Exactly.
the game, and this update is becoming extremely stale now.
It's like we've used everything. Like we just need something
we figured out
more.
everything, so it's basically impossible for us to like find a new like effect or new gameplay mechanic,
Right.
because this community has have looked at things. They have gone through everything. I'm gonna be very surprised if we find something else new here.
This happy stalker. Ooh, big words. I'm not smart. Okay.
That's to Yoshi, the amount of time it takes.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think,
Talk about why the Taxon Lab sequel. Okay. He said go talk about the Taxon Lab sequels. I'll just talk on that very briefly. I do think, like, the whole thing with the Toxin Lab series is that he's not just pumping out each toxin, like the new Toxin Lab. It's the reason that I think that the Toxin Lab series was so successful and is still so successful is because if you noticed, each new Toxin Lab level has come out so far in between. It's like a completely new update. Like the first one came out.
It's like if you were to remodel the first Toxin Lab.
Yeah.
And then from there, go off of the second one.
It's like the first Toxin Lab came out in the beginning of 1.9, and the second one was in the end of 1.9. And it's like, even though those are the same updates, we knew a lot more about creating in that time. And he's spacing them out in a way so where each one is refreshing and has something new to it, and it's interesting, and it's something you can be hyped for as well, because RobTop takes forever with updates, so every Toxin Lab is like a year apart. Let's see what else. Zero, you should do ASMR. That's for another day.
But Yoshi was saying, I think, yeah. Well, the thing about optical and how he mentioned the levolution thing, that just actually, for people who have a life and who work, it gives leniency for levels. Like, you don't have the time. A lot of people don't have the time to make these amazing levels out there,
or even like the willpower
that are automatically rated. But yeah, time is one thing, but experience and skill is another for creating.
Right.
But I'm a fan of the levolution. I don't know how.
Yeah, I think it's levolution.
Just the fact that, hey guys, it's getting really hard to get rates out here. Can we just tone it down a little bit so everyone gets the fair share?
Yeah, I really liked the concept. It's just the execution wasn't very. It wasn't that well, and it got very poorly received just because of that. But it was really a step in the right direction. Like it's something that we all need to realize, is that not every project has to be the best thing out there. What? Oh god. Just looking at the comments. Oh my god. But it's really the whole like record? No. But what was I trying to say? Like back in before 2.0, the thing that really went away with this game blowing up is that people don't create levels strictly for fun anymore. And that was the thing that made 1.9 such a great time, was like you would just make a level for fun, and then that was it. You can enjoy it with your friends, you can enjoy it with the community, and everything was like light.
Hardcore creating. It wasn't anything like that. You could basically start building a level and casually finish it in a week or less.
Exactly. And that's another thing with the whole updates and bigger, like, what am I trying to say, like larger object caps is like we're expected to make levels with like at least 30-40K at this point.
You're setting a higher
standard,
higher bar for higher standard for featured and rated levels. And honestly, with the epic rating now, just rated isn't really a thing yet.
I mean, I was kind of excited for the whole epic rating thing, but then once I saw how it was implemented, it's just literally
I would think of epic as like, okay, groundbreaking levels that test the limits of this game.
Like I thought only like the really big projects were gonna get it, but then you see now like every generic level is epic rated.
All those glow and generic levels.
Mm-hmm.
It bugs me because I know certain glow and generic levels, especially generic levels, take like only a few days, and just because they appeal to the raider Rob, that they get epic.
Yeah, that's another reason why I think he should have a team, is because these rated levels and everything that's happening in the community is so opinion based.
You need more than one opinion.
Exactly. Like the only reason all these crappy the only reason this meta is glow style is because that's what Rob likes, and no one can say anything about it.
And being the community we are, we take advantage of that.
Exactly.
So we can get more fame. Which it's because like there's people Distort who literally have found a generic style that Rob will rate his levels and just went off. Like he planned basically every 2 days I have another level. Which is insane, because that just shows how much effort is not really taken into his levels.
I mean, yeah. I really have. I don't want to say low respect,
1.9.
but I don't want to say low respect because honestly, it's just a game. I'm not gonna lose respect for a person over a game, but it's really sad and demotivating to see those people who are just pushing out levels every couple of days and they're just the same formula over and over and over again. Although I do respect the creators such as like Darwin, who can he pushes out a level, or he used to push out a level like once a week or something, but he was at least trying to mix up the formula, try different things.
Yeah, he mixed it up basically every single time.
Exactly, and that's something I really appreciated from him, and it was a really cool mix, and that was a cool thing how he came up. Like, I knew his name before 2.1, but I didn't know he was even like a very notable creator. And here comes 2.1. Oh, my computer's gonna die. That's
okay.
My brightness just went like really low. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, I really respect the creators out there who grind and try really hard to not only get stuff out there, or I guess just work their hardest, but also mix up the formula so they don't have just like a staple style that everyone is just expecting from them.
Yeah. Especially like, I know we've talked about this before. It bugs me so much to create the same style. I can't do it. Same with block. I can't. Like, it's like I understand the point. It's like there's limited ideas and concepts in this game to be used. Basically, every block design has probably been used by now, and it's gonna be hard to make, a unique style that suits you. Like you're good at making the style. I feel like that. Like, especially for me, even though this bugged me, I probably should have needed to get past that if I wanted to actually keep grinding out levels and that stuff. But
the thing that I caught myself in is that, the whole style changing thing, I could not stay consistent with a style. Like I never wanted to stick with anything. that's why I have my style right now. The whole I don't know if you like you know my style that well, but it's basically just a bunch of different like every single block design all just mixed together. So
Yeah.
that's the only reason I can stick with this style, is just because I can use so many different formulas for block designs, and at the end of the day it still looks like the same style, but in reality I've spent so much time on each different block and they all look different. But other than that, I can't stick with the style either. I know exactly what you mean, man. It's
Yeah,
bad.
I've been going around different styles. I started with I first did like back in 2.0 I did like an Equinox style, which is basically backgrounds and no block design.
Yeah, like simple effect.
And then I've kind of went into modernistic. Realized that, oh, that's not gonna get rated. Let's try something else because I'm impatient. To something else, which eventually it did. Well, it's weird because the 2.0 level that I made, which was modernistic, got rated in 2.1 7 months later, which makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
And the fact that like people said in the comments that this level is honestly better than other levels that are getting featured that at that time, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I got a feature is because Rob Top joined Squall's stream, and then Squall hit me up. That's it.
I was like, in the beginning, I mean, of course, like once I actually learned how to create, I wasn't the most creative guy out there. So I was just, I really, for the beginning, like 2 years of creating, all I was doing was copying. Like, I could go through the list of all the creators I've copied. It's ridiculous. So once I found this style, I decided to just stick with it and not move on, just because it was something that I could finally say was my own, and people could look at it and not be like, oh, that looks like Zara, or that looks like Ilrel or something, you know? Like, they could look at that and know that it's my work, and I could, like...
You wanna... It's hard, especially with this game being established for 5 years now, to find your own unique style and to have the community go, hey, this looks like Zero's style.
Exactly.
And they can recognize it without even, like, you know, saying that it's you made this.
Yeah. Wait, is that a flaw in my part?
What?
I'm looking at my OM part right now. Maybe you just can't see it. Whatever.
I can't see it.
Are you on stream right now? Like, looking at it?
Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah. You'll see, like, I move my mouse around and zoom in on it, but anyway, yeah, so
I don't think I can ever build like you do.
Oh, with
like,
this.
Like, I know. Oh, I see that.
I don't know if it's visible.
But I don't know. Do you consider like your levels like highly detailed?
Wait, can you see? I'm really like.
Don't worry about it. Don't. It looks fine.
you can see it. That's funny. Yeah, you can see it. Whatever. You sound like the guy who quit GD. I don't.
Kinda.
It really depends on what perspective you take it off of, because you know there's like the tech styles and the core styles, and you didn't read my messages. Okay, give me a sec. Sorry, but you know that like the tech styles and the core styles, and I don't know if you know who Zimnoir12 is, but he has a really complex style, and that's just inside of the blocks. But their structuring styles are very basic, in the sense of like how mine have a bunch of different sections in it. Theirs is just one big block that has a bunch of, you know, designs in it. But when you look at it with the whole structuring side of it, I spend a lot, like I mean a lot of time just structuring, because that's a huge part of my style.
Mhm.
So that gives off the illusion that even though I am losing, like if you look really closely at
it looks
this,
like a lot of designing, but if you were to like zoom in on
yeah, that's
like
what I'm doing right now.
one
Like
outline of a structure, it's insanely designed. It just
exactly,
the combination looks good.
yeah,
I would
that's the
like
thing
to
I get
give this
away
a
with.
try sometime. I probably would not do well with it, just
Well, you
because
wanna?
I'll probably give up right away.
Let's see if I can find my first ever attempt at this. It was a really long time ago. But yeah, like it's something that I really feel like I almost cheated that I can get away with a whole complex illusion because in reality, looking at them, I can make some of these blocks in like 5 seconds, but the whole combination of all of them makes it look like it's super complex. This was an attempt at it a really long time ago. I know you have a bit of stream delay, but
Yeah, I mean, I can go back with my levels, and where's my
yeah, this was like a really old attempt.
yeah mobile creator at its finest because I don't have Geometry Dash on my computer at the moment. Let's see, because I've tried stuff like this, I just never followed up on it.
Yeah, that's the same with me. I've tried a lot of different styles and techniques, but I very rarely actually finish them. That's why you'll see a level for me and then not see another one for a good year, just because I procrastinate and don't finish anything ever.
Yeah, I have stuff here. It's just
Like look, random samifying attempt that I never showed anyone.
yeah. There's plenty of like, besides the levels you upload, there's plenty of trials and errors that people don't see.
Yeah.
I guess it somewhat it helps because then you can understand where you're going with your style and what you do best. But personally, I think in general it's just good to know how to do a lot of the styles. Because
it makes you.
If you're in mega collabs, it makes it easier for you to adapt. It makes it
Yeah, so you can adapt to
therefore,
themes.
to say like after mega collab your part comes out really well, and then other other groups hit you up for a mega collab and you're able to adapt to what they want, which I guess is really necessary if you are one of those type of people who not necessarily grind out solo levels but do collabs and mega collabs. But I don't know. It just, in my opinion, I wanted before I got rates, I wanted to learn how to learn most of the styles, and understand the editor before I would start, like making decent levels that are quote unquote rate worthy. I don't know what that means at this time anymore. And you can see a couple straggle levels that I posted on my YouTube channel over the summer, and those levels I started making those at the beginning of 2.1. And I just wanted to finish them. I know they weren't going to get rated, especially with like the expectations around this time. I knew they weren't going to get rated, but I just wanted to get them done because it's just, I wouldn't say fun, but it's like, it's also like it's closure,
Experience,
especially experience and closure, especially if you're gonna quote unquote quit GDB and you don't want to like leave unexpectedly with no explanation. You want to you want to leave with something to your name. Otherwise, you're just known as that guy from early 2.1 that couldn't create another rated level, which was basically me. Because I after I got it rated, first off I thanked Squall, And I was like, yeah, I'm not really getting another rate, so thank you anyways. Which I thought I would get another rate, okay? Fall of 2017 was a good time for me. And then I got pissed off at Doom Gauntlet downhill.
Did you go into that or
I
six
did.
more subs to 1.2K?
I did. Do you remember Forbidden?
Forbidden.
The Forbidden.
It sounds
it
familiar,
easy.
but
it was an easy demon. This is, I don't know if you didn't really go to a lot of my streams at the time, but that was what I was doing every single day, was working on Forbidden. And I would say I worked about a good over 100 hours on it. And I had to rush it in time. So the last part was not extremely detailed. So I had to go back after and finish that up. But yeah, I had a pretty retarded boss fight. But I thought I was really proud of it. Despite like it wasn't getting rated.
yeah, honestly, you need to go through those times. You know, making projects that, I mean, there's a point where like you always think that your stuff is rate worthy or whatever, but you have to go through those times of making something that's not quite there.
If you like, you can't just say like, oh, it's not good, I'm just not gonna finish it. You need to finish levels to get the experience. Because if you just go give up on ideas you've had, you're never gonna capitalize.
Exactly.
Hold up, I want to pull up. Not all videos. What am I doing? YouTube these days. Where's my filter? Uploads.
Trying to find my DM with this guy, but can't find it.
Sort by most popular. I remember, yeah, my tutorials were the most popular on my channel.
Tutorials?
For good reason. I made tutorials.
Wow.
I had a tech tutorial that was poorly explained. That is my most viewed video. I was extremely tired during that, and I didn't want to, but I, like, you know, it's one of those things where you wanted to, but at the same time you still did. Hold on, I want to pull up that level because I was proud of it. I was proud. Where is it? I have a lot of videos. I have like almost 300 videos. Let's see. Share. Copy. And then...
Dude, are you seeing stream right now?
Am I seeing stream?
Yeah, I'm just going through every copy I've ever done. It's it's kind of sad, but it's weird to look at, like all these different styles that I've almost perfected.
I'll just send this to you if you want to look at it sometime. But and then
I'll watch it on stream.
Then it came to what you call Discover, and I thought that was my bet.
Right.
But the Discover is it's weird because like you don't have a lot of block design. I went straight for the effects and the feel of the level. Gameplay could have been better, not gonna lie. And plus, I had the moving bug glitch also in the first part, which you've experienced before.
Yeah.
Which sucks, and that's another thing that Rob should be fixing, but hasn't.
Hey, what's up, TJ? Wait, TJ, I know that name. Whatever.
TGI Fridays.
Dude, Fridays. That's the place. That's the place to go.
I haven't really been to Fridays.
Have you never been, or are you just like not very often?
I've been there once when I was younger.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of where I grown up. We don't really have a TGI Fridays. We have like a Red Robin by us, so we would go there all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, description so everyone can subscribe to my channel.
Oh yeah, guys, check out the description. Well, there's a bunch of information down there, but the main thing is these podcasts will not exclusively be on my channel. Each week or each time we do a podcast, it's gonna switch back and forth. Yeah, we're gonna switch back and forth between who is live streaming or uploading the podcast. So go go drop Infinite a subscription, turn on the notification bell, all that cool stuff, so you can continue seeing these every time we do it instead of like every 3 weeks when it's on my channel.
Yeah, and I will be probably editing down a video of the podcast in the future. Hopefully, I stay active on my channel.
I mean, it's a good thing.
I'm a washed up YouTuber.
I don't even know what to call this a copy of. It's just something.
Hey, happy stalker subscribe. Thank you.
Hey.
Yes, I do have notifications on my phone.
No, I have my notifications on as well, man.
The grind to 100 subscribers. Every subscriber was like a praise.
Honestly, you're just getting the notification, like you felt so good about yourself.
I feel proud about myself that people actually care about me for one.
Hey, what's up, failure? Honestly, like just again going back to the whole OM thing. Like honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. The whole OM situation is what blew up my channel to where it is now, and it was just crazy going completely from being unnoticed to seeing that notification pop up like every 20 seconds. Like, it was just, it's an experience. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, let's go for how often these will happen,
like,
or completely zoned out.
At the time when I like started grinding YouTube, like I don't, in like a tough situation personally, and I felt YouTube and Geometry Dash really was just my escape. I just wanted a place to go that I kind of just, you know,
you could do
people, people liked me for who I like. It wasn't that bad. It was just some certain issues. It just sometimes just escaping reality is just the best thing to do these days, and a lot of people just don't understand that for video games, that sometimes you just need to step back. You just need to think about things, and a lot of video games give you a lot of that time to, especially Geometry Dash. If you're a creator, it gives you a lot of time to think about what's going on in your life.
Just random question. Well, how long have you been doing YouTube or uploading to YouTube?
My first video was spring of 2015, but I actually started like making YouTube videos and quality videos was, I would say, spring of 2017. So it's been about a year and a half for me.
Okay. So have your well does your family like approve of what you do? Because I know that's like a really big thing starting out in it's a really big thing starting out in YouTube is like
so Rocket League is, they hate me playing that game. They hate me gaming. I grew up with basically no video games. Well, elementary school, yeah, we played games, but it was like quote unquote limited to only weekend in elementary school.
It's a bit strict.
Yeah. And then middle school, I kind of just grew out of video games just because the fact that like I just didn't have the time, and I was raised with like no interest in playing them. And like they're definitely against like first-person shooters and all that stuff. So I never got to experience Call of Duty and that stuff. That era I just was not a part of. And which kind of sucks. Yeah, I know. You're in awe that like I was not part of this. I never played GTA. I've only played COD at my friend's house. But
Dude, how do you
now,
live?
but now I get to this point in high school where I get my own laptop, Steam account. I
Yeah.
get Geometry Dash, and it's like Geometry Dash just isn't enough sometimes. And so, since like I didn't grow up on GTA and that stuff, I wasn't interested in it. So I decided to get Rocket League instead, just because it seemed like it was an arcade game. It was fun.
More up your alley.
At that point, my parents were fine with it. Okay.
Yeah.
But let's get that straight, because like they thought it was for my birthday, so like they did something nice for me, and then I probably played it too much. Not gonna lie. And some shit went down the hill from there, and some issues went around, and then somehow I got stuck to just in my phone and having my phone, Geometry Dash, a screen recorder, and an editor on my phone, and that was it. And that's how I made my YouTube videos.
Wow.
For the longest time, I edited all the videos you see in the past that I edited, besides like this summer and last spring, were on my phone.
Your come up in YouTube is wow.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Because like I made most of my grind all on my phone.
Dude.
And it was a 5S too.
Dude, same. You know, I didn't even know about the editor, like any sort of editors on my phone at first. So really, if you look at my videos up until about not even a year ago,
yeah,
actually maybe around a year ago, it's like just when I was figuring out editors and everything. But before that, it was all just every play, recordings and
that's
things
what
like
I used to do.
Yeah.
I would record with every play before the screen recorder came out for iOS, and I would download the every play and then use an app to download the video of it, and then put in my camera roll, and then put it into like I think it was Pinnacle Studios, which I did pay $10 for it. Not gonna lie.
Was it worth it?
It was definitely worth it at the
Huh.
A lot of all that stuff I used on there. So it took a lot of steps to just get to editing, and then it was also a pain to get like thumbnails, because like the resolution of your thumbnails would be just really small.
Yeah, that's actually one thing that I got ahead on, was like, even though I didn't have editing, I don't know if you know, well, obviously you don't know, I haven't told you, but I really like photography and video editing and photo editing. So when I found out that I could do photo editing on my phone, I started making thumbnails for myself, and that was something I really got on, even though I was too stupid to find a video editor. But aside from that, yeah, I had a passion, since I couldn't go out and like take professional photography and stuff. I just got into photo editing, and I think I'm pretty decent at making thumbnails now. Of course, there's things I can improve at, but
it's a lot easier when you have a laptop or desktop to work with.
Yeah, bigger display and a lot more to your. There's a lot more to access. How to say that?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, my voice is getting kind of tired.
It's been a good hour and a half now.
Yeah, it has.
Wow.
I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah. Well, let's just say this. Is there any? Let's say there's one more last topic. If you guys would like us to talk about, we can just hit on that real fast.
Yeah, let's end it off like that.
So, if you guys have anything that you think we missed, or you think we should expand on, then just go ahead. If not, then we'll just end it here, and that'll be that.
Yeah. That you're no, no, we're not talking about that.
My opinion on. Oh geez, that was fast. What was fast? What? Oh.
Oh, probably like we abruptly just like ended it.
Oh well, yeah.
I mean, okay, we'll give you guys one more minute because I have calculus to do. Still, that's due tonight.
Ooh.
I'll be fine though. I stay up. I'm always up to like 2 in the morning on the weekends. So.
Damn. I'm just now getting into pre-calc.
Yeah, but hopefully in the future, we'll try to do other topics besides Geometry Dash. This is kind of just a basic ground to start off of.
Right. I mean, you know, most of our, well, I'm gonna say honestly, all of our fan bases are made of Geometry Dash players, so it's a good start.
Yeah, I'm trying to, because I'm quote unquote part of like a team community for Rocket League. So there's some people from there who watch my content, and so it's weird because when I upload a Geometry Dash level or a video, the Rocket League community they'd be like, "Well, you play Geometry Dash," and it's like the other way around. It's like it's not. Well, for Rocket League, it's different from the GD community because a lot of people from the GD community do play Rocket League. It's like split because like I have this persona of I play Rocket League, and then I have this past persona where I played Geometry Dash.
Right.
And it's an interesting mix at the moment. I hate to break it to you, but I am trying to go away from Geometry Dash slowly.
Same here. Like, I know.
Just the fact that like if I always feel like I'm stuck in the past when I play the game.
Yeah. Like I know that, like as far as the channel can progress playing Geometry Dash or just a single game in general, I know that if I'm gonna keep going with this channel, and keep having a passion just for gaming, I'm gonna have to move on from Geometry Dash, move on to different content and things like that. Something else that I enjoy, and I do really enjoy other games. It's just I don't have the supplies to get it recorded and up on YouTube as of now. But
yeah. All right. I think no one else has any suggestions.
Yeah, Yoshi is kind of just he doesn't know what to say.
But yeah, so I'll try to edit this down, or maybe
How many people are here
I might
now?
probably upload the entire just podcast.
Oh, 12 people are still here right now?
It says 6 for me. It was
let's try reloading.
15 for a while.
Oh wow. Yeah, I wasn't really looking at numbers. I just have the chat pulled up.
Yeah, like Yoshi said, it's hard to branch out when you gain most of your subscribers on one.
I mean, I've really tried, like as I know all I've been playing is Geometry Dash on this channel, but I've really tried to show my personality and that I'm like there's more to me than Geometry Dash, just so the people that are subscribing know who they're subscribing to.
The past old videos, I would always say something. I always say back in the tutorial videos, I say I hope you enjoy too many times. So that became kind of like a meme back.
I get exactly what you mean.
Alright, I think
I'm supposed to kind of go for that content. Yeah. And okay, let's just end it on this. Going into future content, I do expect to lose subscribers, and but that comes with the whole. When you gain like a different audience, you're gonna lose the old audience, or some of the old audience at least. And I'm prepared for that.
Yeah, you're still gaining audience from the audience you lose, hopefully.
Exactly.
From the new content, you're interested in whatever you do for who you are.
Okay. Well, yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, it's actually been a solid. It's 10:30 right now. Oh, 9:30 for you, but it's
an
been
hour and a half.
Yeah, it's been an hour and a half. Wow, I think that's
remember, subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, subscribe to Infinite. This has been the first podcast of many.
We'll be doing the next stream probably on my channel.
Yeah.
As far as I know, that's what we're doing next.
We'll be trying our best. I know, Yoshi, you asked about this earlier. We'll be trying our best to do this weekly somewhat, and we'll be switching on and off from my channel to his channel. And he said that he will be cutting down some of the streams or podcasts and uploading them to his channel. So you can also look out for that. But definitely go make sure you subscribe to him. That'll be it's worth it. I promise it's worth it. But
I try my best. I'm lazy though.
You'll get back on the content.
I have plenty of content that's coming out. I just lazy.
We'll have
and I have midterms
things
next week. So
this
coming week I have midterms.
Well, that's a topic for next week, though, isn't it?
After.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I will. I'll be juggling a lot of things, but I'll keep in touch, guys. So, all right, we gotta end it because I gotta finish calc.
Well, okay, yeah. Good luck, man. I'll see you guys soon. I might upload a video in a couple of days or something, but that's just don't expect much. But yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed the first podcast. I'll see you guys all later.